Guys, Kempo back here. Coming up the weekend from UFC 308. Unfortunately for Australians, it was on terrible times, but especially for I would say, being in Perth, the main card's around 3, 4 in the morning. So I do love watching UFC, but I was very tired Saturday, and I was not really keen on staying up or waking up during that time. I already had a late night on Friday, so I was having an early night Saturday. But regardless, I did put my multis on. I put my predictions on there, and I watched the highlights of the main event and the co-main, and I saw a couple of quick clips of spinning back, double backhand knockout from old Funny Eye Magomedov, whatever his name is. That was pretty insane. My mate, who did watch the whole thing, recommended me to watch a fight later on, which I'll have to get around to today, which was on one of the prelims, I think, or one of the lower fights. And he said it was like one of them, like such an amazing fight. So for what I heard, it was an incredible card. It's just unfortunate the timing for us. It is what it is. According with my predictions, I said Ankalaev was going to slaughter Rakic. He did. I said that Ilya was going to knock out Max, was what my head was saying. I wanted Max to prove me wrong, and Ilya got the knockout. The one I got wrong was Robert Whittaker, and I did think it was the two ways it was going to go. It was either Khamzat was going to get him out quick, or Robert Whittaker was going to take him to decision. And unfortunately for my boy Robert Whittaker, he got absolutely manhandled. Like, Khamzat just came at him. Like, didn't even try to feint. Didn't even want to try to feint the takedown, but he just shot for it, and he just like a snake. He just slowly wrapped it around you, and eventually got to his back. It was almost like Robert Whittaker did everything he could, and it's just, I don't know, like, it felt like it was inevitable. As soon as he grabbed a hold of him, it was like, okay, this ain't come happening. But everyone thought he tapped quickly. Turned out his bottom jaw was actually shattered. Like, the fracture was crazy. All his bottom teeth were pushed in and around. So, like, it looked horrific. So no wonder he tapped just when he did, because the longer Khamzat would have held that grip around his mouth, the more damage it would have done to his face, the longer he would have been out for fighting. Makes less money for his family. So can't blame him there. And you got to give Khamzat his props. Like, my God, that was absolutely incredible. And he definitely deserves a title shot soon, wherever he sits in the next bit. Like, look, and we're going to according to in a minute. And it looked like all the undefeated fighters in the main card kept their O's. Like the Lerone Murphy one, he got his one. I think it's unanimous decision that he got his. Yep, heard that was a good fight. Ilya Topuria and Max Holloway. It looked like Max started off quite well on the back foot. Ilya was like pointing in the middle, like, "Come on, you want to do it?" And Max is like, "No, mate, I'm gonna fight you on the outside." So and they did. They were fighting back and forth, and it looked like Max was doing pretty good in the first couple of rounds. But that's kind of what Ilya does. He kind of lets you do your thing, and he finds his reads, and he finds ways to get in the inside, puts the pressure on, but when he hits you, you know about it. Like, he puts damage, he puts weight, his technique behind his punches. He really sets his feet, he puts his weight behind his punches, which causes the damage. So Max may have landed more punches towards the start and a lot more flurries, but Ilya would have, when he did find a way to get in the inside and hit a good shot, Maxim knew about he knew about it. He was telling in interviews afterwards, like, yeah, his punches fucking hurt. Like, that hurt. And by the third round, it did look like Ilya, he found he found exactly the way in at that point. He read Max like a book, and when he was getting those shots in, he dropped Max once, I believe, in one point. And then when he came in close, hit Max with that beautiful left hook. And there's been a lot of complaints about the new gloves, saying they don't knock out. And if Ilya's going to knock out like that, it shows you that man can really punch. And his technique is flawless. He even took down Max a few times. Not many people do that at all. I think Max has one of the highest takedown defenses in all of UFC. So for him to take him down really does show that he is the new generation of the new UFC. He can take people down, and he's got beautiful punches, beautiful strikes with the legs, and he keeps everything tight. There's not many flaws really with Ilya, so fantastic work by him. It's sad that Max got the loss, but looking at it now, Ilya getting both the Volkanovski knockout. Granted, it was only a couple of months after the Islam fight, but still, you can't really use that as an excuse. He did knock out Volk, and he's knocked out Max, and that's absolutely insane. So he's really setting himself up there, be like, hey, I'm the big dog right now. I'll give Volk a rematch, but I'm looking at Islam moving up. And I'm not going to lie, I'm actually more intrigued about that fight than people will give credit for. Like, Islam is a decent striker, and he is a great wrestler. And I do feel, if Ilya does do that, I do feel like Islam obviously will be a stronger wrestler for sure, because they do that weight dump, and he is quite big for that division. So he would be stronger than Ilya than the wrestling department for sure. But I feel like you can't underestimate Ilya with the wrestling, because he has shown that he can actually get people down. He is strong, but I think the striking will make the difference. I feel like Ilya will know how to game plan against Islam, and Islam has shown he can get knocked out. So, call me crazy, but I think a lot of people are getting interested in that fight. So, if Ilya does make another defense against Volk, which I would hope Volk wins, because Volk's my boy, but at this point, I don't know. But if he does get past Volk again, moves up a weight class, takes on Islam, that I think is where his future is right there, right? That's where his future is. Where does Robert Whittaker go from here? Let's go with Max first. Where does Max go from here? Look, he has a Hall of Fame career already. He's already had a title. He's already defended that title many times. He's come back, mauled half the division, come back for the title again. I think at this point for Max, if he really wanted to, like, he really needs to set his priorities. Does he want to keep fighting in featherweights just because he likes fighting, and fighters, I don't know, who knows, because he's still young. He could still make his way up if his body will let him. He could fight his way back up and try to get another shot, but he's already had a couple of shots. I think at this point, you could just have a stab at the lightweights. Like, you already shown you could put the mass on. You can beat Justin Gaethje, who's one of the top lightweights. Why don't you make a run at lightweight while you're at it? Like, you've done everything you need to do in the featherweights, so I reckon moving up to lightweight for Max is a good step, and just to really have a good crack at that. Let's go Kamsa. Kamsa, I think, should now... I know he has a lot of health scares, and he doesn't fight very regularly anymore. If he can, definitely get another fight soon, because he didn't hurt much there. He need to figure out his way to get his body making that weight cut easier. So if you can get another fight in there against another one of the top dogs, because I think they're giving Sean Strickland that fight, you might as well take another person out whilst you're up there. Really cement your next spot, because there's people fighting for that title shot in the middleweights. From there, I think... from Robert Whittaker... that's a hard one for Robert Whittaker, because he's not going to get another title shot soon. He's beaten most of those top guys in that division. It is one of those ones, if he does want another title shot, he's going to have to fight another couple of guys, make statements to get himself back there, but it's not an easy road, because there's a lot of middleweights up and coming now. So for that one, I don't fully know. I feel like he really needs to regroup, figure out what his priorities are, and really look at the division and see, okay, can I really take these guys on? If I can, let's take some time and regroup, make some game plans, and go for it. But if you don't have the confidence to beat these guys anymore, or your team says, hey, look, you just lost to Kamsa, like, let's maybe either look at going up a weight division, or I don't know. I don't want to see him retire, but I don't. If he's not fighting for the title, I don't know what else. Like, he even says he's not hunting for that title. What's the point? And he does have a good career he's getting on the Fox Sports channel right now, so I can see him working that way as well. So he does have other opportunities. He does stream and that, so just needs to rethink his priorities, what he really wants to do, and go from there. But that's really all I want to talk about today, guys. There's plenty of other things to talk about, but those are the main things. UFC 308 was great. I'm not sure what the next one is, but once it does, I'll make another prediction, another fight predictions. I'll be bringing that up. Thank you as always, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.